All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself. I hope you're doing well. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of August, 2025. And we do have CPI news today at 1:30, hence we are going to observe the CPI news today. Okay. Today we will observe the CPI news, and because of that, obviously, I've already given what I think price is gonna do, which is move high. I think yesterday we spoke about price going above this high and staying above it. It did stay above it on the H4 basis, which is a good sign that price is likely gonna go up. Hence, let me take all this out and draw this fair value gap. So we are likely gonna move from here and go up. Now, if you see when the news comes out, they can come down and run stops and reject. The key is this gap. They don't have to close. They don't have to close below it. Okay, so if they close below it, then it means that whatever I'm expecting, we have to put to the sidelines and then move on. But if you can, then let price stay above this and then take us above previous week high. So that is what I'm expecting to happen going forward. So dollar, I'm expecting higher prices with the CPI news. Now, if it goes down, it doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I'm just favoring one side to the other. I'll just go with it. All right, I'll go with it if it goes down. But if it's gonna go down, it needs to close below it, not just go and then reject and come back up. Because if it goes here and then reject and comes back up, that is still valid, because it's just gonna run stops and then come back up again. But I think it should do that. It should be going up. So maybe the small manipulation will be for price to basically dip into this and then expand up like that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this drawing here, and then you see which one that price is gonna do. Okay, and with that said, that would be the opposite for euro. So euro is supposed to be going down. I think yesterday we said it's gonna trade down during the session, somewhere here, and we actually traded down to that gap. We couldn't close it in, so that's where I'm expecting them to go to, with the news event coming, and probably beyond that as well, to attack previous week low. Again, if it comes back up, chances are it might be manipulation. So opposite to the dollar index, we have a fair value gap here. If we go through it, then we're gonna go higher. If not, then we are going to continue going down. British pound, on the other hand, couldn't give me the immediate close on the H4 here. I was looking for an immediate close on the H4 below that low. Then this would have been a nice area for price to key off from and move here, but it couldn't give that. Hence, they've come back up. Now with the news, they can take out this high and reject. Okay, they can take out that high and reject. So pay attention to the landing gap that has been created. If we go up and we break down, pay attention to that. Maybe a pullback to it might happen before we start going down. Okay. So this is one of the scenarios where I have a direction that I want to stick with the news event. Sometimes it wouldn't be clear, so I wouldn't do anything, but today is one of those days where, based on what the high time frame is doing, I'm sticking with a specific direction. Okay, so with that said, pound, if you run the previous day high and then reject, you're gonna look for lower prices. Euro pound is doing amazing, even though I did not get any entry on that. It's coming for this low, which proves the theory of this candle, okay, or the daily time frame being a very important time frame. The reason why all this is happening is because we broke structure and we pulled back and it's coming back down. Hence the sell that we initiated or we spoke about last week Thursday when price rejected, it's now leading price to attack this low. And like I mentioned, it can go way than that. Okay, it can go way than that, somewhere down here. But first stop is these lows. First stop is those lows. Okay, so with euro pound, we are looking forward for these lows to be taken, and once they are taken, maybe a pullback might unfold, and this will become an important gap, because if price starts pulling back, they can pull back to the fair value gap before going down. It depends on how they trade through this low. If they go through it aggressively, big down candle, then it can act as a resistance. So if they break it like that, then it can act as resistance and then go down. But if they went just below it and then start coming back up, then they might come back here before going down. So how we trade through that level is going to be important as to what is going to happen going forward. So look forward for a continuation to the downside. Okay, and with that, obviously on Thursday I spoke about it, that if we see this happening, or as this is happening, focus on what? On the pound Aussie. Okay, if you focus on the pound Aussie, since Thursday, you can see how prices aggressively come up from Thursday, right? That is the power of the euro pound. If euro pound is showing you one direction, then you want to focus on a pair that has all the price action necessary for potential move. Hence, we spoke about this on the H4, that all of this is consolidating, so we are going to get an expansion to attack this. Okay, so this pair you can keep holding if you are trading it, because I think we will be, with the euro pound potentially going more lower, we'll be coming to that next H4 fair value gap up here. That next H4 fair value gap up there. And anytime we shoot up like this, okay, then anticipate a down candle forming, and those down candles, after they close above them, then you get your entry. So something like this. After this short up, we have these down candles forming. As soon as we closed above that one, you buy that here. We couldn't close above it because I was watching it overnight. We had a rate announcement on the Australian dollar at 5:30 a.m. this morning, and I was up watching to see if we could have closed. Then I would have bought that, but it couldn't close, so I didn't get another entry. Okay, so at some point they will print a couple of movement down candles. When you see that, start looking for a potential buy to continue going higher. Okay, so that is that with the euro pound. Dollar yen, we also spoke about this. trading to the 14859 and 14888 level, and it looks like we are almost there. In terms of entries, I think London session gave a nice entry over here. It pulled back to this auto block formed in Asia, and if you missed it, right here, close above this down candle, and then time of the day entry, and then it takes you up there. The only downside to this entry is the news event coming, which obviously you all know news event can be 50-50. It can go down, take out the lows, and then go back up, which is basically what I'm expecting. I'm expecting higher prices, and it can trade down before going up, but higher is my direction on the pound. I'm sorry, on the dollar yen. Okay. Gold, I think we are gonna go down. We spoke about this as well yesterday, that we are likely gonna come all the way back down because that was OTE. And yesterday afternoon I was so tempted to sell, but for some reason I just couldn't do it. I don't know why, I just didn't do it. So in here, after this run above this high and we broke down, I was tempted to sell this gap. Okay, I was tempted to sell that, but I felt like there was not enough time of the day. Okay, there's not enough time of the day for price to play out what I'm expecting. So I left it, and so far, if I had sold, you can see we've not done anything much. But I'm suspecting that the news event will send the gold market down to the 3334 level to 3316 level. Okay, so gold, I'm expecting lower prices. Crude oil, same thing. I'm expecting the 62.15. Yesterday it failed to take out the high, Friday's high, and then came back down. I'm still suspecting that they might come for the previous day high, or Friday's high, or even Monday's high. Okay, until they do that, I don't recommend selling yet, because we have all these highs still intact. Okay, so maybe this New York session they might send price up to take out the high and then start rejecting. When you see that, that is when you can start looking for the sell. Okay, do not sell where we are, because you need them to show you that they've purged anyone that is short, which is the previous day's high. Okay, once they purge them out and then reject, that's when you look for the sell. Until then, okay, I think I lost a bit of connection over here, but we are still streaming. Okay, so crude oil, we are expecting lower prices, as I mentioned. S&P 500 yesterday during the New York session they run previous day's high and rejected. So, oh sorry, previous day and previous week high one more time and rejected. Hence, I'm expecting lower prices. Watch this gap here. If we pull back to it, then we might be going down, but chances are maybe they shouldn't do that. It should just go down. Okay, so if it does, if it goes up and it rejects during the New York session with a fair value gap on the 15 minutes, definitely you can look for the sell for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so that is my opinion on the ES lower prices. Let's now go to the cryptos, and then you come back to the currencies after that. So on the cryptos, we rejected yesterday everything, which again doesn't change anything. Watch this fair value gap. Price might be dipping into that to resume going up. It's understandable because they've now engineered equal high. So watch yesterday's low. Chances are price is trying to form the low of the week and then expand up. As you all know, the low of the week usually forms between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So watch that area. They might dip into it and then expand up. So watch for a H4 auto block forming, a H4 immediate close, and then you look for the long. And with that, you're gonna do the same thing for all the cryptos. Okay, so Ethereum, we are still expecting higher prices. This one has already given a down candle with immediate close, so I think buying this, holding on to it, is not a bad idea, because I think it's gonna make all-time highs again. Okay, it's gonna make all-time highs again. Maybe for now, this high will be a target right here for now. 4505 as a target for now, and then yeah, it might give another entry maybe in future, but that'll be the next low hanging fruit target. Okay, Solana is kind of rejecting that up candle, but again, we have, I think it's gone through this gap, so the next one is down here, and you have a down candle here as well. So this, it's likely a pullback, and I'll expect them to reject and go back up again. So watch on the H4 for H4 immediate close. I think this would be a nice OT. All this would be a nice OT. This low to this high. Buying somewhere here. And then expecting higher prices, especially to that 2020 level. Somewhere there. Okay, so that's the best, I'll say, entry based on what is happening on the higher time frame. We are coming down into a pullback for a continuation to the upside. Ripple, I think yesterday I gave this down candle to hold, but it didn't hold and they traded through it. That, it's all normal. It's the beginning of the week, so they're trying to form a low of the week. As long as this gap is there, price is gonna resume going up anyway. So wait for another one, same thing, same pattern. Wait for another one to form, and then you can get in for a move to the upside. Okay. Hype, that's also coming down in for a pullback. Let me remove this one. Okay, let's remove that one. That one is done. Okay, so this low to this high, we are getting a pullback. Okay, so low of the week. It's still early in the week. Today is Tuesday. We have about 5 days for the crypto market to go. Hence, there's a high probability it's gonna form pivot and then go up. We are here. We're gonna see it when it happens. For now, stay put. Wait. Let price show you an indication that it wants to go up. Stick with or pay attention to Bitcoin, because if it's gonna go up, you see it on Bitcoin. If it's not, you see it on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin will act as probably like dollar index, okay, for the crypto market. So pay attention to Bitcoin mainly, because if it's gonna go up, it will start from what Bitcoin will do. AI16, they've also come all the way down into the gap. So again, wait patiently. Let's see if we will reject based on the Bitcoin market and then resume going up one more time. Okay, and then finally Chachki, that one is also pulling back. Like I said, they might form a reaccumulation candle because price doesn't go up in a straight line. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive up candles, so it's normal for them to print one down candle, or maybe 2, or maximum 3, usually 2, and then resume going up again. So again, watch it. We are inside a gap on the daily, so watch it and see. Maybe not today, tomorrow we might take out today's low and then start going up, but I think this one will still continue going up. If we trace through the gap, then wait. Maybe you want to give a deeper retracement, then you're gonna use the fib. For now, just pay attention to this gap because we might reject in here. If it does not, then they might do a deeper pullback. Then you can look for more discount below the 50%, roughly somewhere here, for a continuation. Okay, so that is that for the crypto market. We are now going to go back to the currencies and then observe the CPI news on the dollar index. I think I should have sold gold, but I'm gonna wait patiently for it. It came back to that up candle and then we are going down. I'm gonna wait. I'm so tempted to sell it, but I'm gonna wait. So we have about 4 minutes and few seconds to go. Now CPI news can be very, very volatile. So if you have any position and you are not sure, make sure you get out. Okay, if you have, I've said a lot, within your own self. Okay, this is about you, it's not about me. I'm confident within myself, and my confidence is not your confidence, and I am open to be wrong. Maybe you might not be open to be wrong. Okay, I'm open, very, very open, and if I'm wrong, I accept it. Maybe when you are wrong, you're gonna struggle to overcome it. If that's your case, if you have any trade, close it. Don't take my confidence for your confidence, okay? Because my level of tolerance might not be the same as yours. So it's just a word of advice. If you have any trade, the CPI news can be very volatile and can make you even more emotional if it doesn't go in your favor. personally, if it doesn't go in my favor, the market is just giving me more information on what price is going to do. You might not be on that level yet. Okay, so if you have any trade and you are not confident, close it, sit on the sidelines and observe. Okay. So as you're waiting, let me go and check euro yen. Let's check on the weekly time frame, because I was expecting it to drop this week after going above the previous week high. So watch, it's similar to the it's similar to pound yen. I'm sorry, euro pound. Okay, similar to euro pound. We broke market structure. This is a pullback, and we're expecting it to go lower. They've engineered equal lows over here. So again, I'm expecting price to reject. So watch and see if we can break down, then we can start looking for potential sells. Okay, so that is that. And I forgot Eurocard is also on the radar. I'm expecting price to kind of go down, so that one too is on the radar. You choose which one you want to be in for this week. Now, it's not limited to it's not only limited to the news event, because after the news event, price will still move. Hence, all these pairs that I've talked about, like pound, Aussie, Eurocard, Euro Yen, after the news, that direction is still valid, unless we break and go and make a new high. That is when it's not valid anymore. Okay, so we have about few seconds to go. I'm gonna mute myself whilst the news is going on, and after the news I'll come back. Maybe after 5 minutes I'll come back and then we continue. Okay, so stay tuned and then I'll be right back. Okay. As we can see, they drove it down first into the H4 gap. Now, this, if it's gonna go down, we should have traded through the gap by now. With the CPI news, we should have been through the gap by now, but it looks like it's hanging around. So let's wait till that 2 p.m. Okay, wait till that 2 p.m. and then see what is going to happen. You can go onto the 5 minutes or 15 minutes. When you start seeing price rejecting, go back to euro or pound or gold, whichever one you like, and then you can basically sell short. Okay, because I think they're gonna take the market back up again. That is what I think. Okay, so yeah, so that is all for now. Pretty much they pulling back into the gap, which is matching with the New York session time. So anybody that was short on euro is now cleared off. Anybody that was short has now been cleared, so now price can finally drop in peace. So that is what I think it's likely gonna happen. Hence, wait for 2 p.m. and then look for. Now, whilst you're waiting, watch this down candle. This one here. I mean, if you want to sell where we are, that would be the best entry. But sometimes people are scared to do that, right? So you can wait for them to break, and then once they break, then you sell the pullback to it for a continuation to the downside. Okay. All right. So that is all I have for today. I will see you same time tomorrow. I think tomorrow we don't have any news. Let me see. Yeah, we don't have any news apart from Australian dollar, which is 2:30 a.m. So apart from that, there's no news. Hence, you can safely look for trade ideas to continue for the downside on euro and on British pound. Okay. All right. So let's call it a day. I'll see you all same time tomorrow for another live session. Take care.